Jason, how you doing?
Doing well, Mike. Thanks.
So I got you out to the golf course. Now, that's interesting because basically we're here because, not because you necessarily love golf or have ever even played it or spent any time with it. I mean, you basically, I'm into nutrition and have been, and you have been, but what's interesting is my little dog, our Yorkie, who's 14 years old now, which is like 160 or however old the thing is, was basically dying with allergies, very lethargic, and you gave him the Barks and Berries product that you guys have, and I mean, it was a joke. I mean, I thought he was on some kind of brain-altering chemicals or something, because now we call him Bubba the Bullet again. How did you get into this? I mean, what made you go to the dog food thing, and how'd you do that?
It's funny, it was accidental more than anything. I had a sick dog, so about 6 years ago, I took my background in human nutrition, physiology, endocrinology. I've been studying that stuff for over 20 years. I worked with some holistic vets and started to get into the canine aspect of nutrition and physiology, and put this together in order to fix what was going on with her. She was dying. I had vets telling me to put her down, and I wasn't ready to let go. So it was putting something together that was all natural, no supplements and fillers and all the crazy stuff that goes into dog food these days.
Right.
And I just looked at it from the human perspective. Would I want this in my body? And if the answer was no, or I didn't know what was in it, that needed to change. So we went to the fresh organic ingredients, and you've seen the results.
Well, yeah, and most, I didn't even understand really what most dog foods have in it. It's almost like most of it is just filler.
It is.
It doesn't really do much for them other than fill them up.
Right, it's filler, it's starches, it's sugars, it's some pretty disgusting stuff. I mean, they have rendered animal meat in there. They have, you've seen the recalls on the drugs that go in there.
Right.
The drugs that are killing animals. So it's a pretty scary industry right now.
So your company is Barks and Berries?
Barks and Berries, yeah.
Barksandberries.com?
Barksandberries.com.
Okay, and anybody can get access to it?
Yeah, we ship all over the U.S. Company started about 3 years ago, and we've been growing all over the United States since then.
Well, first of all, thank you for helping my dog.
Absolutely.
And I've thought about sneaking a little bit of that at night to see if it might help me that much, because if it did that for a 90-plus human-year-old dog, I mean, I'm not 90 yet. Maybe it'll spark me up. Anyways.
Well, let me know how it goes.
Okay. All right, so here's what we're going to do. You haven't played much golf. What's your background in sports? I mean, did you play bat ball sports, tennis? Did you play much of that?
Yeah, I've been an athlete most of my life. Time in the military, I've done martial arts, I played football, played hockey.
Okay, hockey.
Yeah.
Slap shot, right side, left side.
I never specialized. I've been ambidextrous my whole life, so It was play over here today, play over here today.
Okay, that's actually great. I mean, the more balanced people are, actually the better. But okay, so what did you play the most? If you had to pick one sport that you played the most relative to bat and ball, would it be baseball, tennis, hockey? Which one would it be? Or are they all kind of about the same?
I would say hockey, or football's not bat and ball, but football was more than anything else.
Okay, football, what did you play?
Receiver and defensive end.
Okay, perfect. All right, so here's what we're going to do. All I want you to do is just go up there. Just go up and make a few swings. I'm going to put it on the video, and then we're going to see where you're at, and we're going to start into, okay, what is this game all about, and see if we can't get you to where you'll actually have enough fun with it where you might want to try it more. We need more players.
All right.
And you're our perfect audience, because you're 40, you're successful, you're getting money. We got to have you playing golf, for heaven's sakes.
All right, I get it.
Okay, get up there. I don't care where it goes. I don't care if you miss it. It doesn't matter. So you just get a hold of it, and you don't have to hit it very hard. Just go ahead and hit a couple of shots. Do whatever you would instinctively do.
All right. This may not be pretty.
That doesn't matter. Most people aren't. All right. Well, we're airborne. That's better than a lot. Okay, hit another one. All right, one more. Hey, Now what's interesting, you hit that ball went about 125 yards in the air, and I know that doesn't mean anything to you, but relative with that club that you just hit there, that going 125, 30 yards in the air is further than 90% of people that play golf on a consistent basis hit a golf ball with that club. So the first thing you got to understand, you already have enough speed to play. At that speed right there, that's enough speed if you use the clubs correctly to play golf and have fun with it. You don't need much more than that. We just need to get you more efficient. Now, question for you. All right, so I'm going to put a ball down here. All right. Now here's what I want to ask you. Get set up to it. So you're going to hit that ball. What are you thinking about? What are you going to try to do? Is there any part of your body you're thinking about, or what are you looking at? Just any idea what you're going to try to do mentally?
I'm thinking about the extension of my arms through the club to the ball and how far I can get it and how straight I can get it out there.
Okay, all right. Go ahead and do it. Hit
That's
again.
about it.
Well, that's okay. That's fine. All right, perfect. All right, come on back here. Let's take a look. Okay. Now, I don't know how much golf you've watched. What we're going to do today, you've got good hand-eye coordination, and I've got to get you tapped into where you start thinking about what you're supposed to be thinking about, okay? I'm not going to do a lot with you. The thing that a lot of people end up doing is they get a little too complicated. Mm-hmm. So it starts to get too many things going on in your head. I am going to work on, when you set up to a golf ball, if you look kind of rounded.
Right.
Well, that's just because your posture's a little off. You're not really sure how to get the right posture. So we're going to get your posture correct. And then we're going to show you some things with the club. We're going to hit a couple shots. And then we're going to take you, and we're probably going to go over and hit a couple of putts and chips so you start to get a feel for what it is you're trying to do. And then we'll probably come back here because you've got enough speed. So speed's never going to be your issue. The issue is going to be how well you control and how consistently you can put that club face on the back of the ball.
Okay.
Now, what you told me about what you're going to try to do, some of it was pretty good. I mean, there was actually, because it was actually focused on a part of your body that makes sense that most people don't say. So the fact that you're kind of trying to focus somewhere in your arms to the club rather than what your hips are doing or your shoulders doing is really a good thing. So I'm going to let you watch your swing here. So you've never seen it, or I don't think you have, or is it?
I haven't.
Okay, so there's your setup. Half of the way back, which that's fine because I didn't want you necessarily hitting a full shot. Now, the reality is there's a lot of really good things going on here. A golf swing is just a circle. So really what we do is if I draw this line in right here, what your club should do is it should go up that line, and then it should come right back down that line and go up the line. So you're pretty close to the path that the club's supposed to swing on. There's a couple of things that are a little off, but you've got a pretty good sense of the arc that the club is supposed to swing on. So that sense is perfect. So what we're going to do now is we're going to get you up there and we're going to start talking about what really a golf swing is. And the first thing to get your swing so that the circle works, we've got to get you set up so your body's not in your way.
Okay.
All right, and when I show you and we bring you back here and you look at it, you'll understand it. Because what you have to do when you set up to hit a golf ball, it's like you're used to hitting a baseball or a tennis or something up here, and so your arms are free to swing because your body's not in your way. But all of a sudden you bend down. If you're not careful, see, this starts getting in the way of what you're trying to do with your arms. So come on up here and let's just do this first. Okay, so take hold of the club, however you want to take hold of it. I don't care, we haven't touched that yet. Now, hold the club up like this. Now, right there, you feel how your feet are your toes are quiet, you're kind of balanced.
Yep.
Okay, here's how you bend to the ball. I want you to watch what I'm going to do. So if I'm like this, watch what I do. I go like this. I push my hips back. Now set the club. You see the difference? Mm-hmm. And a little flex in your knees so your knees are right over your ankles. Now, all the martial arts and weight, everything you've done, if you're going to do a deadlift or something, you wouldn't bend like this with your back.
Right.
You'd push your butt back so it lowers your hips, but your knees stay over your ankles. So there's a definite angle here, okay? Now you see how much more room there is for your arms?
Right.
Okay, perfect. Now just easy, just take it back and I don't care if you miss the ball. Just from that posture, just take the club back and just try to run it into the ball. That's fine. All right, next step. Okay, here we go. This is the game right here, what I'm going to show you. Forget the club for a minute. You got a club face and a ball. And here's what we're trying to do. We're trying to run this club face into that ball on a path with the face in a certain position to make the ball go where you want it to go, okay? What connects you to this? Well, you got this shaft here. Now you got a shaft with a round grip that you're trying to control a lofted angled face. A lot of people kind of lose perception of what it is. Here's how a club face fits in your hand. So if I'm looking at that ball and it's on the ground and I want to hit it, say lower than this club's designed, I have to take loft off the face. That would make it go lower, okay? So it's in my hat, that would make it go lower, this would make it go higher, this would curve it to the left, and this would curve it to the right. It's just the angle. It's like hitting a top spin on a ping pong ball or hitting a cut shot or hitting
So
flat.
it's just the wrist.
It's your wrists and hands that control the face. And it fits in each hand like this. There's my left hand.
Okay.
All right, so if I want to hit the ball low, I hit it this way, hit it high. So here's what it feels like. So here's how a club face fits in your hands. Relax your fingers, it fits right there. Relax your hand. Now, relax just this hand first. That's about how tight I hold it.
Okay.
It's really loose. So I'm looking at a ball. If I swing and I want to hit it lower than this club, I just take a little off. See, I would hit it lower, assuming the ball hits the face. This would hit it higher because it added an angle to the face. This would make it curve to the left. This would make it curve to the right. See where the face is aimed?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. It fits in your left hand like that. Okay. So this would make it go low. This would make it go high. This would curve it to the left. This would curve it to the right. Now if you stick your thumb out, put your hand on your thumb, make it go low, what would you do? Now that would go high. There's low. Back to neutral. There's high. This would make it curve left. This would make it curve right.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to get your hands on this club correctly, and then we're going to start hitting some little shots where you make little swings and you start making the face work. Okay. It's not about the big swing. It's about, can you take the club back and then bring the face and make the ball curve to the left, make it curve to the right, make it go low, make it go high. So you start getting a sense of how your hand, there you go. You start getting a sense of how your hands control the face. Okay. Because this is what you play the game with. You play it with your hands. So your hands have to understand how to control and direct the face to the ball to hit the ball and make it do what you want it to do. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Okay. Now, as far as your grip goes, exactly. Okay. All right. So I'm going to give you this today. We're going to get your grip on there. In the next little while, your grip being perfect between now and the next time we get together for what we're going to do isn't as important, but I'm going to show it to you because you haven't really done it much, and I'd like you to start out with where your hand should be, okay? Because what happens is where your hands are on the club, and then you start making the face do things. If we then next time change your grip, then the same things that made the face work won't work this time. It's like tennis. There's a reason in tennis there's a correct grip on the racket. You know, almost every sport you play, hockey stick, there's a certain place for your hands to be. So in golf, you have two hands on the club. So this left, just bend from your hips and let your arm just hang in front of you. Just let it hang. Relax it. Oh, there you go. This is how your joints line up. Okay. Okay, when you swing a golf club, when the club hits the ball, it pulls on this left arm and straightens it out. So you want those joints to be like that. So the club goes in your fingers and your left hand goes right there, which is how your arm hangs. Okay? So when you're looking down, you're going to see this third knuckle. Okay. So relative to how you grabbed it, we move this hand this way a little bit. So there's your left hand, and that's just basically in your fingers and how your arm hangs natural. Okay. Okay? You got it in your fingers, thumb goes on the side of the shaft, right there. Perfect. This hand doesn't go on the way your arm hangs natural. If you fell to the ground, so the ground's coming at you, what would your hand do? Exactly. You see how that wrist lines up with this force?
Right.
Well, when you hit a golf ball, there's a force coming right back through that shaft. So that wrist has to line up. So that valley fits right on the back of that thumb. These fingers fold around the club. There you go, right there. Perfect. So now, this wrist is a mirror image of that face. And that wrist is aimed, like the face, at the target.
Okay.
Or this wrist and that palm are aimed right directly into that force that's coming back into you, okay? So there's your grip. Now, what this arm does, its role, is to get on the back of this shaft like that and pressure and push the shaft through the ball and then accelerate the club head.
Okay.
That's its role. So there's, now your grip's perfect. Now, here's what we're gonna do. Make sure we got it down your finger, right there. Now just set up, just hit a little short, little half backswing, and just, for right now, just feel what that feels like. It's gonna feel a lot more in your fingers than you had it.
Okay.
Just take the club back and just try to run the club face into the ball. A little short swing. Perfect. Awesome. Okay, now, this one. You got a hold of that club. Now remember that club face?
Mm-hmm.
All right, when I play golf, when I'm holding that, I'm not holding a grip. What am I holding? That face. So my hands are holding the face. So if I want the ball to go straight, I bring the club back here. See where the face is?
Right.
If I want it curved to the left, I want it curved to the right. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Okay, so this first, yeah, exactly. So this first one, you're gonna take it back. I want you to try to make it curve to the left. So the face is gonna come in, you're gonna turn the face. You see where it went?
Yep.
Now I don't care how much swing you make. All I want you to do is feel the club face in your hands and just turn, yeah, do that with the face through the ball. Little easy shot. Perfect, perfect. Okay, now this one, try to make it go to the right. So when you come into the, yeah, exactly. So this time when you come in the ball, your hands are gonna open the face. Same amount of swing. It's all right, do it again. Just off the toe, that's fine. Do it again. That's okay, no problem. As soon as I start making people control the face, now what happened? Where'd it go?
Straight.
Okay, so here's what we learned. If we were betting, and I said for 10 bucks, if you hit it to the right, you win 10 bucks, you just lost. However, you just found your feel for the face to make it go straight.
Right.
Does that make sense? Okay, so basically what we're gonna work on is get your grip, get your stance, and then we're gonna work on a couple of things on the putting green to start to feel how you're trying to hit a ball and working on face control.
Okay.
Now, as soon as we start to get face control at a certain level, then we start adding more and more swing with more and more action to it. No face control, we're not going any further. So when you come back next time and we do this, and I say, okay, set up to it, you get your grip, get your posture. Okay, make this ball curve to the left. Good, so what you do with your hands, you turn the face over. All right, I'm gonna give you the one you did when you tried to hit it. Let's hit it straight. See if you can make that club face run in the ball and hit it straight. That's all right, the ball went pretty straight. Just didn't get it in the club face, same thing. Got underneath it. One more. Awesome. Now let me show you how easy this is once you get it. Stand up here like you're gonna hit it. Okay, so if I put my hand right here, and I said take this hand, I want you to take this hand back and slap my hand. You hit my hand dead square with your hand, didn't you?
Yep.
Do it again. All right. Now, it wouldn't, if you were thinking about that, even if I took your arm back there and I said hit my hand, you hit my hand square every time, right? If I use the back of your left hand, I said take it back and hit my hand, you're gonna hit it, my hand, well that's all you're doing with the golf ball.
Okay.
So all you're trying to do is make, yeah, that's it. Now what's interesting is when I have people slap my hand, they never turn their thumb into my hand, or they always hit it right square every time. As soon as I give them the golf club down there, all of a sudden it loses in translation. So a golf swing is no harder than what you're doing here. Take your arm back and slap my hand. That's all you're doing. Do it again. Now, if you wanted it to go over there, when you slap my hand, you'd have to make this part of your hand hit my hand.
Right.
Your thumb would hit my hand. Go ahead, just easy. There. And if you wanted it to go over there, this part of your hand would hit my hand. That's all you're doing. So now at home, exactly. So what you can do at home, if you want to practice it all, or all you got to do is stand up to a chair and go, just take your hand back like this, slap the back of the chair, and then hit it with your thumb, hit it with this. There's a hook, there's a fade, there's a straight ball. You can take this hand and you can go hit it square, hit it this way, hit it that way. And you're just starting to get a feel for how your hands and arms start to control the face.
Okay.
And that's where we got to start. Until you can stand up here with that much swing, make it go left, make it go right, make it go straight. We go much more swing than that, and even if you hit it straight, you're not going to know why.
Right.
And if it goes crooked, you're going to have no idea what to fix. Okay, so you got that? Any questions on that?
No, I think I'm good.
So we changed your grip a little, or
Right.
we gave you a grip, which you didn't even have. And then we said, here's where you play the game, and it's basically, that's how you're playing it, right there. That's what the game is.
Okay.
Everybody who's really good is really good with this. Now, unfortunately, our industry doesn't spend much time on this. They put people's hands on a club and they start working on, make sure you turn your body and get turned and shift your weight. I go, well, wait a minute. Do they have any idea what they're doing with their hands? So we're gonna go hit a couple of putts and chips so you can start seeing how this game works. And then we may come back here and hit a couple more shots and we're done. Be sure to subscribe to my channel for regular updates and tips. Thanks for watching.